Leaders in the banking industry are continuously focused on financial risk, but are they aware of the hidden health risks quietly destroying their workplace? Data reveals that over half of banking employees are quietly suffering from serious health issues. From cardiovascular problems linked to sedentary work to mental health concerns like anxiety and depression. And the cost of this results to billions of pounds lost in productivity, absenteeism, and sick days. But here's the real question. Why are so many banks ignoring these health risks? And what can leaders in these industries do before it's too late? Well, let's start by looking at a crisis that leaders in the banking industry may not see, but is potentially costing them millions. The average banking employee spends at least 8 hours a day sitting at a desk. But here's a question. How often do you think about the physical toll on employees throughout their working day? Sitting for long periods of time, staring at screens all day, and high pressure environments are causing more damage than most leaders realize. Prolonged sitting doesn't just lead to discomfort, it's linked to serious health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and even a greater risk of stroke. These aren't just small issues, they're ticking time bombs. But here's one of the issues. Employees dealing with chronic back pain, neck pain, and repetitive strain injuries may not always tell you. Many just push through the pain, thinking that it's part of the job. But how long before this pain forces them out of the office? Or impacts their focus or decision making, leading to costly errors, reduced productivity, or time off work. Well, you might be wondering, how big is this problem really? Well, in the UK, approximately 35 million working days are lost due to some form of workplace ill health and injury. How much more effective would teams be if their health risks were actively managed or minimized? But this is just one issue in the banking industry. Let's see how unseen pressures can impact employees and silently derail a bank's success. So let's look at an area that most banks would rather not discuss: mental health. It's no secret that the banking industry thrives on high performance and deadlines. But at what cost? According to a study by Mental Health First Aid England, 83% of employees in financial services have considered changing their jobs due to the impact on their mental health. But the truth is, most of these employees won't say a word. Why? Well, in a culture that celebrates resilience and rewards results, admitting to mental health struggles can feel like career suicide. The pressure to perform in this industry is creating a workforce on the verge of breaking. Companies might not see this day in and day out, but the signs are there. Low energy, poor focus, and even disengagement. How many employees are showing up to work physically, but mentally they've checked out? They may not even be taking sick days, but the productivity loss from presenteeism is costing banks more than they realize. In fact, presenteeism could be costing banks more than if employees just took sick days. Employees who take time off work can rest and recover, while those who attend work ill, unmotivated, and burnt out can prolong their illness. And this makes them less productive over a prolonged period of time. And mental health issues rarely hit all at once. They often build up slowly, not just eroding the individual, but the entire team's performance. So ask yourself this: how long before it reaches breaking point in your organization? How long before your workplace takes action? The good news is, I've got some free resources that can help any workplace support the health and well-being of their most valuable asset, their people. And to access these resources, all you need to do is sign up to the free mailing list. The link's in the description box. Now, the question for banks is, why should they even bother to support employees' health and well-being? Surely they could just hire someone else if their current employees are not up to scratch. In fact, ignoring employee health is costing UK banks millions. And one of the biggest hidden expenses is employee turnover. When employees leave due to burnout, being overwhelmed, or health issues, replacing them can cost as much as 20% of their annual salary. But for senior roles in banking, this number can skyrocket. In some cases, costing as much as 200% to replace a senior member of staff. You're not just replacing a person, you're losing institutional knowledge, damaging team morale, and using up valuable resources on training up a new member of staff. And according to the HSE, annual cost of work-related ill health can cost the UK economy £13.1 billion. The UK also averages approximately 19 working days off for those taking time off work due to depression, stress, and anxiety. And with an estimated average salary of £52,500 in the banking industry, unplanned time off work could cost banks approximately £3,836 per employee. Additionally, with the cost of replacing an employee being approximately 20% of their annual salary, this could cost banks approximately £10,500 for every employee who leaves and needs to be replaced. Costs like these show just how detrimental it could be when employees leave because they don't feel their company supports their health and well-being. Now, the good news is there are solutions and strategies that banks can implement to help reduce some of the catastrophic outcomes that could occur due to not supporting their employees. And these strategies can not only reduce the chances of employee turnover and reduce sick days, but they can create a healthier and more productive workforce. So let's look at 5 strategies banks can implement to support their people. One of the first steps is education. How can banks support their people or expect them to support themselves if they're not educated on how to do so? That's where things like wellbeing workshops are a tremendous asset. These workshops can cover topics such as coping with stress, creating life-changing and positive habits, and learning how to support physical health and well-being, and more. Imagine the positive impact of bringing experts in to teach employees simple and effective methods to reduce their stress, improve their health, and create positive habits, all before it's too late. Not only do these sessions equip employees with practical methods, they also send a clear message: we care about you. How much more could employees achieve if they felt empowered to proactively manage their health and well-being? 2. Let's look at the power of flexible work arrangements. The typical 9-to-5 model doesn't work for everyone. Offering flexible hours, hybrid working, or even the ability to choose where they complete their work tasks can have a huge positive impact on an employee's physical and mental health. Companies who offer flexible working typically see a decrease in employee stress and an improvement in employee job satisfaction. Flexibility gives employees more control over their work-life balance. This allows them to better manage their well-being without sacrificing performance. What could your team achieve if they had the freedom to work in ways that fit with their lives without the added stress of rigid schedules? 3. Now, this might seem simple, but it can be incredibly effective. Introducing things like wellness days and encouraging regular breaks can dramatically improve both physical and mental health. Encourage employees to take regular breaks where possible. Encourage them to get away from their screens for 10 minutes here and there. Encourage them to stretch or even meditate, and go one step further and offer dedicated wellness days. This is where employees can focus solely on recharging and learning about ways to support their health and well-being. It's about creating an environment that allows people to thrive. Imagine the difference in employees if they could take time off to recharge before hitting breaking points. What could that mean for their focus and productivity? 4. Mental health is a hidden crisis in many industries, and banking is no exception. The continuous pressures, long hours, and high expectations are the perfect storm for mental health issues. Banks can lead the way by investing in mental health support programs. And employee assistance programs are one way, but banks need initiatives that go further. Offer on-site counseling, peer support groups, and destigmatize mental health conversations. It's estimated that for every dollar spent on employee mental health support, companies can see a return on investment of $4. When employees know they have access to support and don't fear judgment, it can prevent the silent buildup of stress that eventually leads to crisis. Supporting employee mental health isn't just the right thing to do, it also makes financial sense. 5. Finally, let's not forget about the importance of physical health. Physical well-being isn't just about gym memberships or standing desks. It's about creating a culture that encourages movement and healthy habits. Banks should consider offering on-site fitness programs, ergonomic assessments, and even creating health and fitness challenges to get employees moving. Improving physical health can increase job performance and decrease the risk of health-related absences. Healthy employees are more focused, more energized, and less prone to chronic issues like back pain, which means less time off work. Now, although employee health is super important for banks, it's also important that their employees are not miserable. To find out the real reason employees are miserable and what to do about it, you need to watch this video right here.